In Freudian theory, we tend to liken the brain to an iceberg. Above the surface is the part of our minds that we are aware or conscious of. The rest is the unconscious mind, the subconscious. Freud saw the subconscious as a place for all of the painful and emotionally taxing parts of our lives. Our traumatic and unhappy memories, rather than disappearing from our brain altogether, are delegated to the subconscious, where we can repress them. And repression is exactly what's going on inside the mind of Silent Hill 2's James Sunderland.
Oh, will you?
Silent Hill 2 is a horror game developed by Team Silent and published by Konami in 2001, in which protagonist James Sunderland goes to the sleepy resort town of Silent Hill in response to a letter he received from his wife. However, James' wife died 3 years prior of a terminal illness.
A dead person can't write a letter.
This letter puts James on a trek through the mysterious, monster-filled town in search of his wife or closure. But the monsters inhabiting Silent Hill aren't your average zombies, ghosts, or werewolves.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay, there was actually a couple of ghosts now that I think about it, but that's besides the point. Rather, the monsters act as physical manifestations of the subconscious of whoever is looking at them. Since James is our protagonist, we see the monsters through his eyes. In a sense, the town is actively forcing him to face his own repressed memories and emotions. And no monster is a better representation of this than horror game icon and series poster boy, Pyramid Head. Now, I can't really talk about Pyramid Head without first acknowledging that his impact and the intention behind his appearance has been kind of diluted by his appearance in other media on account of his popularity. Really, he was never actually intended to appear outside of Silent Hill 2 at all. In fact, the first conversation between James and side character Eddie suggests that James is the only one that can even see him, or at least the only one who can interpret him in the way that we do.
Red pyramid thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Honest.
Effectively speaking, Pyramid Head is James' monster by design and serves to represent the guilt James feels for what happened to his wife. A large component of the design that signifies this is his main weapon, the Great Knife. It's an enormous, extremely heavy knife, so heavy that even he has to lug it around behind him. The weight of this knife quite literally represents the weight of James' guilt, and when James sees this enormous blade used to kill Maria, a woman who just so happens to be a perfect doppelganger for his late wife Mary, Pyramid Head leaves the knife, and James takes it up, now actively carrying that weight with him. His repression is starting to break down. Breaking down that culminates in James' final encounter with Pyramid Head. Having to witness Maria die yet again, James now fully understands what the Pyramid Head was trying to show him all along. James' wife didn't die of a terminal illness at all. She died because James killed her when he couldn't bear to see her suffering any longer.
I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me.
That's the guilt that's been haunting James, that he's had to carry with him, and that the Pyramid Head is now forcing him to acknowledge. And with that acknowledgement comes acceptance. Pyramid Head's job is done, and James no longer has need of it. And now, all that's left for James after confronting his past is to confront his present, for better or for worse.